Okay, here we go. So we have our writing inequalities notes, day 9 and 10. Make sure you write down every single thing I write down on your notes, please. Alright, so we have to get familiar with these phrases. So again, this is our greater than sign, so we can say x or y is greater than some number. And then in a word problem, these are the phrases that tell us to use this particular sign. And then here are the phrases that tell us to use this particular sign, x greater than or equal to. Alright, so minimum, at least, no less than. We also have this. We can use like y less than, and these are the phrases that let us know if it is less than. And then we have less than or equal to. So we can again use y or x, so y is less than or equal to. So that's how we would say those. So maximum at most. Okay, we'll use this one a lot. We'll use this one a lot. Alright, another one that we're going to use, so make sure you understand, is this one and this one. Okay, so these are for sure the ones I know I've seen on the test and on your checkpoints coming up as well. Alright, so here we have a word problem. So everybody should have a highlighter. So when we have a word problem, we want to highlight the key words. We want to highlight the key words. So in this first one here, I'm just going to read it and then highlight the key words. Adrian is at the movies and wants to spend no more than, so there's a key word, no more than $20 on candy and chips. Candies are $4 each, so there's that phrase each, and then chips are $2 each. So we want to write an inequality that represents the number of candies, which is x. Okay, so candies is going to be x, and then number of chips, which is going to be y. So we want to write down all of our key phrases here. So here, notice this phrase right here, no more than $20. And then we have candy is $4. Candy is $4, and it's also represented with x. So we're going to have x. That's going to be our number of candy or candies. And then also we're going to have y. So chips are going to be $2 a piece. And it's represented with y, and y is going to represent the number of chips. So notice this phrase right here, number of chips. I hope they're Takis. Chips. So now we want to come up with an inequality. So hopefully you already see what the inequality is. So our first step, we want to put the x term first. So each bit of candy is $4, and x represents the number of candies, so we're going to go 4x. And then notice they want to spend no more than $20, okay? So we're going to go plus 2y. And then no more than this tells us what an inequality sign is, and so we see no more than right here. So we're going to use the inequality sign less than or equal to. So I'll go less than equal to, and then I put my 20. So that's our inequality right there. In this form, we cannot plug it into Desmos. So if we want to get this into Desmos, we would have to solve for y. Alright, so let's go over one more real quick, super duper quick. So Jessica goes to a shop to buy cupcakes and brownies. The cupcakes are $1.50 each, and the brownies are $2.80 each. Jessica wants to spend less than $45. Write an inequality that can be used to determine the number of cupcakes x and brownies y that she can buy. Alright, so I'll let you write the keywords, but here we have less than 45, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that down right here. And then each cupcake is $1.50, and cupcakes are represented with X, so that's going to be 150X plus, and then each brownie is $2.80, and brownies are represented with Y, so that's going to be 280 and then Y. So there's our inequality here. Alright, so on go, flip over to the back side. Go. Alright, so again, we have these inequality signs. So this is all about inequalities. We have greater than, so Y greater than X. Now notice when we just have the greater than, when we make our graph, we're going to end up graphing this inequality that's in standard form. We're going to graph it over here. So when we just have the greater than, no equal to, it's a dashed line. Y greater than X, so we'll shade above. And then if it's on the number line, it'll be a circle, an open circle. Now if it's Y greater than or equal to X, that's going to be a solid line. And again, it's Y greater than, so we shade above. And now look at this. We have Y less than X. Again, it's a dashed line, except it's Y less than, so we're going to shade below. And here we have Y less than or equal to X. So again, this one is a solid line, but this time it's Y less than, so we're going to shade below. Alright, so now we want to graph this inequality. We want to graph these inequalities. And here is the steps that we do this. So we want to solve for Y. We're going to solve for Y on this by getting this into y-intercept form, or slope-intercept form. So remember from the IXL that we've been doing, and it's also on your 1.4 white notes, our first step is to subtract 4x from each side. So this is going to cancel. And so this is, we bring down the 2y, less than or equal to 20 minus 4x. Now remember, we're trying to graph this inequality. So our first step here is to get it into slope-intercept form. So now we want to divide everything by 2. So this is going to cancel, and that's going to give us y less than or equal to 10 minus 2x. Okay? Alright, so I have it in slope-intercept form. Notice this is a less than or equal to, sorry, right here, y less than or equal to. So this is going to be a solid line, and we're going to shade below it because it's y less than. Okay, so if I got y less than or equal to, it's a solid line, shade below. Alright, so let's look at how we do this. So I already have this plugged into my Desmos. So I go to my Desmos, and here it is right here. Y is equal to 10 minus 2x. Notice if I try to put the inequality, it's not going to work. So I have to put the equal sign in order to get the line. So notice my y-intercept is right here at 0, 10. And then my x-intercept is right here at 5, 0. So I'm going to use these 2 points to graph my line. So again, 0, 10, 5, 0. Okay, so I'm going to put a dot right here at 0, 10. And then I'm going to put a dot right here at 5, 0. And now I'm going to use my straight edge. I'm going to use my straight edge to make a solid line, just like this. Okay, but we're still not finished. So notice I made a solid line, but now we need to shade. Okay, so this is y less than. So since it's y less than, we're going to shade below the line. So we shade below the line. Let me get a marker real quick. Oh, come on. Okay, let me get my orange. So we're going to shade below the line, and we'll shade here. So we can shade all this as long as we're below the line. So either use your highlighter or your pencil, or hopefully we have markers, you can use that to shade it. So this means that any point that is shaded, that is going to make this inequality true. So look at this right here. See how 0, 0 is in my shaded portion? So I can plug this 0, 0 back into this inequality and it'll be true. Okay? So 0, 0. Remember, any ordered pair is x, y. So I'm going to plug this in for x, so it'll be 4 times 0 plus the y would be 2 times 0. And then we'll put less than or equal to 20. And so look at this, 0 times 0, or 4 times 0, 2 times 0, less than or equal to 20. So 0 is less than or equal to 20, so this is true. Okay? So again, any point that I pull from this shaded area is my solution set. So the shaded region, okay, so we need to get, so the shading is going to be your solution set. So make sure you write that down. The shading is your solution set. Okay, now you can do the practice. Oh, I need to stop this.